Alright, today ladies and gents we're going to talk about how to draw a soccer ball or a football depending on what part of the world you live in. I've struggled for years to come up with a way that was fairly easy to create a soccer ball, and I think I've finally come up with one. And this method works with any colors you'd like and is pretty straightforward. So let me just dig right into it, put this off to the side, and show you how I do it. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is go ahead and create this quick shape. And the first thing I want to make sure I'm doing a polygon with 5 sides, and my star shape is off. So I'm going to go ahead and create a polygon, and I'm going to create a fairly large one. And what I'm doing here is making sure that this bottom line is straight across, it's horizontal. Once I've got that, let me just center that kind of on my page a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and press Control. Actually, before I do that, let me do this. I'm going to give it a 60% black outline. Set line color, make sure that it's 1 pixel wide. Perfect. And then I'm going to press Control K, and I'm going to create a clone of this shape, and I'm going to make it with this yellow color. And then I want to make sure that that's smaller, and I'm going to press make this 25% by entering 25% in the width and making sure that this lock aspect ratio button is depressed. When I press enter, that gives me a shape that's 25% of the size of this one, and I'm going to go ahead and reset its line width to 1 pixel. And the next thing I'm going to do is flip it horizontally with this flip it vertically with this flip vertical button. Okay, and then I'm going to select my larger shape, and I'm going to turn it into a star by having it selecting the quick shape tool, and pressing the star shape button right here. Now, the next thing I want to do is line these up. Unfortunately, these are centered right now on each other, but they're not lined up centrally the way you would want them to be. What I want is an equidistant space between this point and this point, and this point and that point, that point and that point. You can see there's very little space here, quite a bit of space here. Centrally they're lined up, but we need to nudge things a bit to make it perfect. So I went ahead and nudged it a few times until I get them about where I want them. You kind of have to eyeball it a little bit. Like I say, there's no good way to align this 100% centrally. Now that I have that done, I am going to zoom in a bit, and I want to make sure I get all of my cardinal points here. And I'm going to use my line tool. You know what? Now that I'm zoomed in, I can tell that this is still not quite perfect. So I'm going to nudge it down just another couple of points. Something like that. That's looking a bit better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my line tool, and I still have this this 60% black color selected, and what I'm going to do is just draw a line from each of the cardinal points here on the star to the pentagon here. Alright. Perfect. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and select this center pentagon here and press Control K again. So I'm cloning it, and I'm going to make it this darker green again, and I'm going to flip it vertically one last time. And now that I've got that, I'm going to move this up, and what I want to do is get this, align it so that these lines join up without any hangover. See how that hangs over just slightly right there? So what I want to do is pull this down a little bit until my lines line up, and that looks just about perfect. And I'm going to zoom back out again to the to the page. And I'm going to hold with my mouse pointer over this shape right here. I'm going to hold down my right mouse key and drag it over to generally where I want it, and then let it go, and that's going to create a copy for me. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in one more time and line this up. And that looks pretty good. It's a little bit of a overhang. It's not always easy to get these exactly perfect, but you just do the best that you can. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and move on and just put these around as they need to go. That's almost perfect. Again, time considerations, I'm going to go ahead and move on. There we go, that looks pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and zoom out to the page. And you now see the shape that's kind of, the pattern that's taken shape here, and that's going to form the basis of my football, or soccer ball, whatever you like to call it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is create a perfect circle by selecting the ellipse tool, holding down the control key, and dragging, making sure that I'm using this this particular mode here, the bounds creation mode. And I'm going to go ahead and give this the yellow color again. This is going to be this part of my football or soccer ball. And I'm going to go ahead and press Control B with it selected to set it to back. Alright. And then the next thing I have to do is kind of center that behind all of these other things. And that looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to go ahead and leave it just where it is, and I'm going to remove the 1 pixel line from it because I don't want any line. The last thing I want to do is press, with this circle still selected, I'm going to press Control K one last time. I'm going to change this to black. This is going to provide some 3D effect. And what I'm going to do is take my fill tool and just simply drag across this this shape, and so I get a light color here and a dark color here. And I'm going to change this from linear to circular. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag one of my colors, maybe the 70% black, up here and do it about, I don't know, 80% of the way. Whoops, that didn't work out right. To 80% of the way down this line, and that is going to give me a lighter color up here with a darker color towards the bottom, and it's going to give me the impression of light striking the ball from at this point. And then the last thing I'm going to do is make this give it a flat transparency, and 50% is probably pretty good. Now, the last thing I need to do is take all of these shapes together, and I'm going to apply a clip view. You could go to Arrange, Apply Clip View, or just press the Q key. And there you go. You've got your soccer ball. Anyway, I hope that was useful and interesting and not too wordy. And you'll come back again and see us again next time. Just so you know, I am now giving help outs if you need any help online. With Xara products, and as usual, your comments and questions are welcome either on YouTube or at xarausers.com, or .info, I'm sorry, xarausers.info. See you next time.